My mother was the most benevolent creature. She's passed away now. Her name's Teresita. And she had the most incredible gentleness. She sang all the time. She was actually the vocal champion of the Philippines when she was younger. But in the United States, she was a beautician who worked 3 jobs and was very poor. But she just sang all the time, and birds like came around her house, and I don't know, she was like a magical being. And that extreme level of gentleness and whatever you want to call it, Jesus Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness, universal consciousness, whatever it is so alive inside of me. And as we know, if I'm not living in alignment with my design, I can have bitterness, which is a kind of harshness. And I hear that voice come out of me, and I recognize that in some women, other women who raised me too, my grandmother. And so I think we all have these aspects. We all have these aspects of gentleness and harshness. And we've all had the experience of being with the gentleness, those energies, and also being with the harshness. And my belief is, at this point, I mean, there's a lot of simple sayings about it, that like, honey gets more bees than whatever. But there's something to it. And the horses have really taught me this, because there's no forcing being with horses. They're prey animals and we're predators. So I've got to do everything I can to understand my own predatory nature, my own predatory psychology, to be able to be with that, to shelf that and be present to this prey animal, an animal who's hunted, like a bunny rabbit or a deer or a chicken. And so I have to adopt this different way, this more peripheral way of standing side by side, of being lateral together, of not going forward and being harsh and forward, but being more gentle and peripheral. I work with a lot of people who have a myriad of atypical neurology. And so often those people also, we stand more parallel. And this is another form of gentleness. Horses do this too. And so all of the natural predatory behaviors that we have can kind of be enacted or incited in a way that I might call harshness. And the gentleness aspects that I'm going for, I really see embodied and enacted in the way the horses are living together in a herd, where they're constantly seeking the way to go back to relaxation in the parasympathetic system, back to grazing, back to rest and digest. And I know for my own body that when I'm joyful, I can really dance. And when I'm relaxed, I can really listen to my horse partners. And so I just know there's so much more of a big opening and a gateway to connect to ourselves, to connect to each other. Can't believe we met each other, by the way. Just adore you. To connect to each other, to connect to other people, to connect to nature, to animals, in my opinion, is the gentle way. It's not passive, but it's a gentle way. And it's the beauty way,
So gentleness is not